Welcome to National Sports Chat. This your boy Ken the Guru. You're now tuning in my take. So I seen a channel that I'm subscribed to. You know, I like his opinion. That's a difference of opinion. But one of the things that I don't understand is, how do you follow somebody? Like, it's okay to be a fan, right? But how do you follow somebody blindly, right? So when it first came out that Anthony Joshua had anxiety, right? This gentleman, sporting icon, was talking about, oh, that's rubbish. He never had an anxiety. People would say anything to, make Anthony Joshua looks bad, right? And so that's cool that you protected, that stance, right? But here was the problem. So when it came out that Anthony Joshua himself admitted to having anxiety, this guy still's making excuses for Anthony Joshua. Oh, well, I've known people who had anxiety. I'm pretty sure there's no fighter that doesn't have anxiety. It's just natural. I mean, everybody, before they get into the ring, didn't have the anxiety. But Wilder, like, come on, man. This dude put Wilder in every single title almost. I mean, it's like I said, I like this guy's channel. Like, it's no ill will or anything of that nature. I'm just saying, man, the point of me making this, is it wrong or is it not? Okay? Because you're telling people that they're wrong. They don't know what they talking about. And I already know which channel you talking about. Because it's like every channel or every post that is created, it's directed either towards Wilder or towards these other gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't like they stance or the fact that they stand behind a specific fighter when you do the actual same thing. That's what I don't understand. Like, that's like basically hypocritical. If he comes out being Anthony Joshua and states that this was true, then why wouldn't you say, oh, you know what, I was wrong, you know what I'm saying, I accused other channels of making stuff up, but this is what happened, man, and then give your perspective. That wasn't the case. Like, man, I've heard several things that this dude have stated. It was wrong on so many of those occasions. So he goes on to the next comment or make the next video as if he never made those comments, which I don't understand. And then you got people on the channel who's still saying that Wilder don't really want to fight. And then, since I'm talking about this one individual, I'm going to also address this. A post that he made, or a video that he made, when he stated that he was asking who should Dillian Whyte fight, and the options were Wallin, it was Andy Ruiz, it was some other fighter. Fourth one stated, I don't care who he fight, it should be a bum, he just need to get back in shape, right? So here's the thing. When a person made a comment and stated that he should fight Luis Ortiz, this guy, sporting icon, typed that no, he shouldn't fight nobody that lost his last two fights. Like, bro, talk about moving the goalpost. He shouldn't fight nobody that doesn't have a loss in their last two fights, 2 out of 5 fights. Like, come on, bro, you moving the goalpost. Like, just say that you don't want to see that because you don't want to see Dillian Whyte lose. I would accept that. You know what I'm saying? Because, first of all, we already know all those people that you put on there, including Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz will beat. We already know that. And then they allow people like Dillian Whyte to get away with stuff saying, oh, well, I'm not going to fight Luis Ortiz, man. He's 1,000,000 years old. But I'll fight Povetkin. He can fight those people that's the same exact age as Luis Ortiz, but y'all allow him, Dillian Whyte, to get away with the fact that he's saying that he don't want to fight Luis Ortiz. And then here's the kicker. This is how I know that you guys are just full of smoke. First of all, Y'all talking about the last time I checked, 800 days that Dillian White is saying. Y'all talking about how Wilder ducking Dillian White, right? And then y'all sitting up there putting in the comment section or the voting section, the voting poll, that he should fight a bum. You don't care who he fight. He just need to get in shape to fight a bum. So if Wilder take that fight next, you guys are not going to be hollering about how in shape he wasn't. But at the same time, long as Wilder doesn't mention Dillian White, you guys are going to say that he's ducking. Even if he takes the fight, if he decides to take the fight right now, Dillian White is not going to take that fight. So basically just blowing smoke up people. You already know what. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, you guys, man, I don't understand it. Y'all just a fanboy. That's the definition of a fanboy. Y'all not just a fan of the sport. You're a fan of a man. I'm a fan of the sport. I like Deontay Wilder. Yes. I liked Anthony Joshua until he showed me that he's actually scared to fight Deontay Wilder. He's just a person that blows smoke. When he turned down $50 million and basically act like, oh, it was so like he was selling his soul if he did that just to fight Povetkin, which turns out to be nothing. He got exposed with Povetkin, and then Andy Ruiz exposed him, but just got caught into the fame and didn't train for this fight. And you already know the rest. Anthony Joshua, which he was supposed to do that in the first one, because I actually had Anthony Joshua beating Andy Ruiz for the first fight until I actually saw the fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought that Anthony Joshua would have done what he did the second fight, but less boring. But the only reason why I'm addressing people like this guy, Sporter Icon, is because I'm a follower of his channel. You know, a lot of times I'm not a person that just like one perspective. He definitely gives a different perspective, but I'm just starting to grow and know that this dude is a man fan as opposed to being a fan of a sport. Because whether it's Dillian White, whether it's Tyson Fury, whether it's Anthony Joshua, he takes up for them wholeheartedly, and that's not what I do. If I see something, I'm going to call it how it is. If I see that a person like Errol Spence was not calling for the fight for Kell Brook, they didn't want to fight him, or if Kell Brook was just constantly calling Errol Spence out, guess what? I will call Errol Spence out. So it's not about a UK, US thing. It's about me wanting to see the best fights, paying your money to see the best fights, if at all, and then, you know, just enjoying the fights and help it brand the sport. If you can't do that, man, you're hurting the sport, you know. And I definitely think people like him, you know, are doing the sport a disservice by sitting up there lying to the fans, because most of the fans are going to be too lazy and take just his word. Like, for instance, I'm gonna just use this as an example. Remember, he spewed that, oh, Wilder, according to my source, Wilder only sold about 108,000, and it turned out to be way more than that. So this guy is basically a person that make up stuff. You know, he just want to tear other boxers down because of his dislike and disdain for other people. And that's not what I'm about, man. I'm about calling it down the pipe, and, you know, it is what it is. If Anthony Joshua win, cool. If Deontay Wilder win, cool. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not a fan, no longer a fan of Anthony Joshua due to his antics. But, like, if he win, I have no issue with that, because I don't believe that he would be afraid to fight anybody else in the division outside of Wilder. So, to be honest, we may never see that fight. But that's all I got for now, man. It's your boy Ken the Guru, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't already. If you love boxing, you know, I would love to share my insight and my information with you guys, man. Just make sure y'all subscribe and comment. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is.